sorry, the screen was dirty with 16 moths.
What was that sound? How did you do that? Was that an alien communication? Have they heard of the stream and now they're trying to communicate with us? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to tonight's stream. No better night than a Wednesday night to find out the truth. We've done a handful of alien themed streams before. We did one last year with the Unsolved Myths stream. We did one Halloween 2022. I think that was Halloween 2022. Where we found real evidence. And now tonight, I've been informed by high elected officials of real footage that is undeniable. It is real. A part of it is real. Let me read you the synopsis for a second.
15 moths of Sunway Sanich.
You all saw the picture that I posted announcing the stream. The alien interview. So what we will be seeing tonight is a documentary of aliens and UFOs and video of a supposedly real interview with an alien by government officials. That is promised to us. That is the synopsis of what we're watching tonight. That's what it says. I'm not even kidding.
Abadababadu wahaho, aliens are real, here we go.
It's hosted by someone from the X-Files. I don't know who Stephen Williams is. Stephen Williams from the X-Files hosts this video. Everyone else acts as themselves because it's real. So that is what we are looking at tonight. We've seen a lot of alien related stuff on the stream. We watched
32 aliens spotted at Best Buy.
What's it called? The McPherson tape. We watched that. We went through the old web and looked at alien websites a while back. So this will be adding to our arsenal. The McPherson tape was fully fictional. It was supposed to be like a lost footage, found footage type movie. This is a documentary. So this is supposed to be real.
I think if the alien was real, they would go and become grill masters and make the best steaks and briskets.
Probably. Oh, I want steak.
What? Whoa.
What? Not Aline? What are you talking about? No, we are seeing Aline tonight. It says that there's real footage in there.
Itsube. Alien real. Purple.
It says that there's real footage in there.
ALLN.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this tonight. I'm waiting to be convinced. I got a feeling It might be a mockumentary. I don't know. I don't think so. Because with other mockumentaries, it says it on like the IMDb. It would say it on the IMDb page. This one doesn't actually. It says it's a documentary. Like it's a serious documentary about unidentified flying object, about alien, about interview. These are the tags. Roswell, New Mexico. Unidentified flying object, found footage. Alien interview, telepathy. Reenactment, they said that there's some reenactments in there. Nevada, interrogation, crash, conspiracy. Area 51, alien contact, 1980s. 1970s, 1950s, 1940s. I don't know why all those decades are in there. This I think it might be the most legit piece of alien media that we've seen on the stream so far. Where's the alien on the beginning shortly screen? I lost him. I changed computers. Let me get him. Where is he? Wait. What did I do last time? Did I do this? Uh-oh. Whoop. There we go. He's there. So we've got the alien interview tonight. Yes, it says here, hosted by Stephen Williams of the X-Files. Contains the exclusive, complete, unedited, top secret video. That is what it says. It also says that this is
33 moths. I see aliens.
Where is it? It says something on the cover. Oh, let me get alien out of the way of the alerts. There we go. It also says, America's most watched alien video. Featuring Victor. Exclusive new interview. I don't know who Victor is, but the Victor's on the cover. All right. I say we get started. Get a snack, get a drink, whatever you need to prepare yourself. Get your pen and paper because you're gonna have to take some notes. There's a quiz after, and then we're gonna dive in. The alien has an emote. I don't know why that's not an emote yet, actually. That really should be. All right, let's get started. Well, let me put the alien in this on the screen somewhere. Let's put him over here. Let's hide him. There you go. Let's get the word alien out of there. Oh. There we go. There we go. All right. I literally know I skimmed through, so I skimmed through parts of this just to check if it was okay to stream. Let me move some stuff around, hold on, so I could experience this better. It seems to be fine for TOS. The only thing that was probably not fine was they bring up Heaven's Gate, and I think they show a bit of footage, and like I probably can't show that. So once Heaven's Gate comes up, I will have to hide it, but that's about it. And it's about like, I think it's like 10 seconds. So this is, I think this documentary is like mostly real. Yeah, that's something I'm pretty sure I can't show on Twitch, but the rest seems to be fine. So I'll just have to like, once I see that logo, I'm gonna have to
aliens.
I'm gonna have to go like this.
Oh, scary. Anyway, hi.
And I'm not, I doubt I'm gonna forget, but if I forget and you we are looking at the logo and I'm not moving the thing, then okay. Let me put y'all over here. There you go. You don't know what that is? Heaven's Gate was a cult that that thought that actually I don't really know their connection. I guess we're gonna find out. But they thought that an asteroid was gonna come to the Earth to pick them up before the Earth gets destroyed. And there was like they basically all died. I think that's definitely boiled. There's a lot of stuff about that cult on YouTube for sure. All right. It's quite disturbing. They still exist. They do still exist. Warning. They do still exist, and I think their website is still up too. It's
a remarkable piece of footage. If it's a hoax, it's very well done. If it's not, then I would say it's probably revolutionary.
It's a fake.
If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
This is how, because this is not.
Thank you.
7 months on my planet is
this is real.
Thank you for the 7 months. Government cover up. Alien technology. Yo, I want this music. Special edition.
Interest in UFOs and Area 51 is at an all-time high. Last year, a highly rated TV special and best-selling.
Yo, look at the picture. Look at the picture of the. Yo, we're starting off with a bang. Why does that make it look like the alien's name is Steven Williams? That's a sick lower third. All right, the reason why I pause is so I see a little bit of there's a little bit of black on the corner of my webcam and it's bothering me. There we go. All right.
Home video purported to show an actual autopsy of an alien being from the famous Roswell, New Mexico crash of 1947. Many people and even some experts believe.
Well, I mean, I think I can still hear the lyrics. Let me turn them down a bit more. They really don't know.
If this is the one I think it is, watch out for the Unreal Disruptor pistol during any computer renderings they show.
Watch out for the Unreal Disruptor pistol. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out on that.
Believe that autopsy footage was genuine. If that was indeed the body of an alien being from another world,
Are there
Could the footage in
captions?
this
No,
program be
sadly.
the world's first hard visual evidence of an actual living and breathing alien being? An alien being communicating in an interview with a highly covert arm of the U.S. government? If the footage we're about to show you is genuine, then this could very well be the most important video in the history of mankind, proving once and for all that we are not alone.
Yes. Yeah, the effects.
Within Nevada's Nellis Air Force Range, protected by the tightest security in the world, is the Groom Lake Test Site, aka Dreamland.
I actually know nothing about Area 51, so I'll be
An
learning.
installation so secret, the government cryptically acknowledges its existence only as an operating location.
I only know
Until
about Area
recently,
51 through
the
GTA San
military
Andreas.
flat out denied the presence of such a base. It has served as the testing ground for many secret research and development projects,
fuck is this?
such as the U-2 and
I thought that was a
SR-71
UFO.
Blackbird spy planes, the F-117A
I'm
stealth
the target
fighter,
audience for this.
and now the SR-75 Penetrator, the super-secret replacement for the SR-71.
I'm like, yo, they already got UFOs.
Every morning, a select group of specialists with high security clearances, some reportedly as high as 38 levels above top secret, arrive at McCarran
Whoa!
Airport in Las Vegas to be flown to Area 51. aboard a
38
Boeing
levels over top
737.
secret.
From the
It's like a
time
battle
they leave
pass.
the ground until they return to Las Vegas at the end of each working day, they enter a world no outsider can ever truly know, except through rumor and the occasional shocking revelation.
In 1989, a physicist named Robert Lazar went public with the stunning claim that the United States
Lazar.
government was test flying disc-shaped aircraft of
Lazar.
extraterrestrial origin
Laser.
at Area 51. Interviewed in silhouette by a Las
Huh?
Vegas TV reporter,
Huh?
Lazar,
Two and do
calling
together?
himself Dennis, claimed to be employed at a site on the outskirts of Area 51 known as S4, where he was part of a team attempting to back-engineer the saucers to discover the secret of their advanced propulsion system.
It was a very sleek, thin-looking
Is that real?
flying saucer
I feel like that's gonna be me the whole time. Is that
There were 9
real?
Total. I only got to essentially work, back engineer, or analyze one of the craft. It's very plain. It's all one solid color, a grayish pewter color, the same color as the outside of the craft. There are no sharp corners
Oh, what's
anywhere.
this?
Every
No.
device in the craft, the seat, the amplifier housings, everything has a rounded corner on it, almost as if it was all fashioned out of wax and then slightly melted, so everything curved, even where the ceiling meets the floor on the end. Everything has a curve to it.
That's
Very,
that's funny.
very
That's like the
plain,
exact popular
very
media
wide
depiction
open,
of UFOs.
Very impractical use of space. And there are 3 levels. The lower level
It sounds like a 2000s R&B
houses
music video
the
set.
amplifiers themselves that swing, the 3 of them. The center level is where you enter the craft, where the seats and the amplifiers are, and the top level is a small area, and I did not have access to that, so I don't know what's up there. Absolutely alien craft, there's no question about it. Well, first of all, the scope of the project was to back
This was on
engineer it.
proud
If
display
they
in the
were
background. I don't think anyone could see what that
United
was.
States craft, we wouldn't be going backward trying to
Put that
find out
over
how
here.
they were built if we had built them. Second of all, the size of the equipment inside, the size of the seats, the materials that were in use.
What is with this,
completely
like,
alien to us,
camera
hard
rotation?
fun. And the fuel, element 115, essentially
yeah.
non-existent.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
these factors together, and of course the briefing information stating that they were alien craft.
Okay.
Along with Robert Lazar, rocket scientist David Adair is one of the few individuals who will go on record concerning his personal experiences with alien technology at Area 51.
Was not of our origin. They shouldn't have let me see that. And then in the results of it, they locked me in a room. And the reason they locked me up in a room was
They shouldn't let me
because,
see that.
I wouldn't tell them any more about how the engine would function, and they started getting a little bit more perturbed about that.
A former consultant to NASA and top
Be
aerospace
telling the truth.
companies, Adair claims that in 1971, he was brought in to study the engine of a downed flying saucer.
what I was looking at was a technological marvel of its time, and it was a magnificent thing to see sitting there.
Wait. I don't drive. Why is it that, I don't know, wasn't the dude just driving in a straight line and he was doing this? How does that work? Doesn't that make you turn? Doesn't that make you turn when you do that? Maybe he wasn't turning the wheel and he was just moving his hands around. Could just be fiddling. Yeah. I'm gonna say that when I go for my drivers. I'm never gonna learn how to drive. So never mind.
The whole situation just started really getting me more angry than anything, because the fact that they could sit on such a hunk of technology and not tell us about it. Here we are using liquid fuel engines and rockets at NASA, and here they got an engine.
What a hunk of technology!
In theory, that we know of, could be a speed of light, an engine capable of speed of light or even faster.
Ufologist
He's an alien.
Sean David Morton has appeared on Sightings, Strange Universe, and Hard Copy.
The sick
he
shot.
offers his own perspective on Lazar's.
Do you think the family's in the back? No, they're
and the
not, because those kids are looking right at the camera.
Area 51 is approximately 135 miles north of Las Vegas. It sits in a
Love
box
his hair.
that's
I want
at
that
the
hair.
western middle corner of the Nellis test site. It was originally called the Groom Lake Facility, and Area 51 actually gets its name from a bombing classification. There's Area 49, 50, 51, 52, et cetera, et cetera. So one of the things that Robert Lazar told us was that if we simply went out to a black mailbox at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday nights, that we would actually see flying saucers, that these objects would test.
What time is it? Oh, fuck, we're 2 hours late. Damn it.
And that this was the military testing time between 6:30 and 9:30, and then early in the morning between about 3 a.m. and about 6 a.m.
Vigorous efforts have been made by employees of the government and others to debunk Lazar's claims and discredit him personally. Nevertheless, Area 51 has become the center of a raging controversy.
Involved?
Whether in fact certain clandestine agencies of the U.S. government
shitting on him as a person.
Contact with alien beings.
You know that guy's inside.
Supposedly a deal between the United States
What is the
government
Tim and Eric
various
insult?
extraterrestrials, that after the Roswell crash of 1947,
Wears a funny hat.
that an organization called Majestic 12 was formed, and then in 1953, President Eisenhower was then brought in on this. Well, there was a negotiation going back and forth between the United States military, the government, and the extraterrestrials. Apparently, we had a number of things that the extraterrestrials wanted. Number one, the military needed hardware. We wanted technology, we wanted weapons technology, propulsion technology, metallurgy technology, and in exchange for this, the ETs were willing to trade us
the
their
ETs
hardware for our software, and software namely being us. What they primarily wanted was genetic material, and in exchange for that, they were willing to give us certain technological advances, like a number of flying saucers.
Yeah.
It is out of Area 51.
I'd say it's a fair trade. Give them someone and then give me a fucking saucer.
On Friday, July 26, 1996, the offices of Rocket Pictures, a producer-distributor of motion pictures and television programs, received a phone call. A male voice, identifying himself only as Victor, claimed to
I'm an expert. In my
I got an idea.
Ufology, yes, it's all real. Ancient aliens, it's all true. I'm an expert.
Oh fuck, I can't see his face.
I'm a genius. Before my time.
be in possession of a videotaped interview with an extraterrestrial being.
I was like, I could see his beard.
Tom Coleman, president of Rocket Pictures, was intrigued enough to take the call.
I, of course, thought this was some hoax. In fact, I thought it might have even been my brother at one point. But as we spoke,
what's with this dude's
this
mic?
was someone who seemed to be very serious. We went back and forth on this, and I basically decided that, you know, this is a little bit too weird for me. Thank you and goodbye. As I hung up, I had a very strange feeling. that maybe, just maybe, there was something here. He said he had a tape of a space alien, an ET, that was being held in a military installation in Nevada. I'm not sure as a prisoner or a guest. And he had this on tape.
As we've already heard from Sean Morton and others, this is not the first time allegations have surfaced that the U.S. government is playing host to extraterrestrial biological entities, or EBEs.
There he is.
The first and most famous alleged contact was the Roswell flying saucer crash of 1947. This is the incident from which the alien autopsy footage supposedly originated. But there have been persistent rumors that not all of the aliens retrieved from the Roswell crash were dead. The final fate of the
What the fuck? Is that the footage they're talking about?
survivors,
No
if
way.
any, is unknown. 2 years later, however, in 1949, another alien is reported to have survived
no way that's
the
what
saucer
the-
crash.
there's no way
And
that's
this
what-
being,
that was the
known as
footage?
EBE-1, was
Oh, okay,
taken
this is a
into
recreation.
custody and
That had to be a
kept at
recreation
safe
too.
house.
That alien looked wild.
EBE-1 supposedly suffered from chronic health problems, which the doctors of the time were helpless to treat. According to a controversial, possibly fraudulent briefing document dating from the Jimmy Carter administration, EBE-1 was
Possible
interviewed by means of pictographs, from which it was learned that he came from the
Okay, so
Zeta
this is
Reticula
this is the
star
recreation.
Can we eliminate one or more of these categories from discussion?
Okay, it says it. That alien's fucking.
The laborious
That alien's
process
not
of
there.
developing a set of symbols that could be used and understood by both human and alien amounted to the creation of a new language. If such an
Look at the alien's face.
11 months? Huh? Gleby dingby?
I can't even make that face. Yeah, the alien looks high as fuck.
effort was made, it represents the greatest achievement in linguistics since the deciphering of the Rosetta Stone.
There's no way they probably just said fuck it when they made the recreations, because there's no way someone looked at that and went, yo, that's fucking scary. That looks real for sure. That alien is fucking stoned. The alien's looking at the footage on the TV going, oh yeah, that's fucking me. Oh, that's me. Yeah, that's sick. Sick technology, bro.
That such an achievement would be kept secret illustrates the hysterical paranoia of the time as the Cold War intensified under the threat of nuclear annihilation.
No, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. We're not even 20 minutes into this fucking thing, and I. Hey, let me get my face out of the way. The star is here. Let me get my fucking this knucklehead out of the way. Look at that. I feel seduced. I feel seduced. Okay. Like, he's hitting on me. He's like, yo, I'm sliding on you for no reason.
The so-called Carter Aquarius briefing document states that EBE-1 died of unknown causes on June 18th, 1952.
No, the aliens, no, save the alien, no. Please help the
Skeptics who
alien.
doubt the authenticity of the Carter Aquarius document find it unbelievable that highly advanced alien beings would allow one of their own to die under the primitive medical care of a species that had barely begun to conquer.
What are they doing? What are you doing? Spit in my hand. Spit. It's like a cat that ate something that you don't want it to eat. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Come on. Spit it out. That's human food. You can't eat that. You can't eat that.
For its own diseases.
Oh fuck. Oh. Oh my god. Inhale the roach. I can't. I don't know why this is fucking hitting me so damn hard. I need water or something. I'm like,
as we will hear, there are those who claim that to the aliens,
why
death
does
is
Superman...
not a final end to be feared, but a mere transition.
It was in the late 40s and early 50s that the U.S. government's policy
Why? His facial hair is completely different. What happened?
toward UFOs was formulated. Publicly, there was Project Blue Book, which made a great show of gathering data on all the major UFO sightings, finally declaring them all to be hoaxes, mass hysteria, or swamp gas. But secretly,
what the fuck is swamp gas?
There may have been another policy at work. Over the years, several documents have come to light which seemingly confirm that a clandestine group, Operation...
What's swamp gas? You can't just name that and then walk away. You can't just drop that. Look up swamp gas. Okay. Sure. Marsh gas, also known as swamp gas or bog gas. It's a mixture primarily of methane and smaller amounts of hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, and trace phosphine that is produced naturally within some geographical marshes, swamps, and bogs. Escape routes. Sewer gas. Wow, there's so many gases. There's so many different gas. Acetate. That's what they put. That's what they would project at school. That's what my math problem would go on to. Wait. They have a different name? That's what acetate is, right? They have the same name. Whatever. Okay, now I know. Okay, swamp gas is just gas from a swamp. That made people think aliens existed?
Majestic 12 group, aka MJ-12, was formed by special classified presidential order on September 24th, 1947.
George Bush.
What? For the express purpose of gathering information on UFOs and extraterrestrials, while at the same time keeping such information not only from unfriendly powers, but from the American public as well. If indeed Area 51 has become the nation's repository for alien technology and possibly alien visitors,
yeah, are we supposed to see what's in the back? Because I can't see that for sure.
Then the extra-constitutional justifications for such secrecy were developed in the MJ-12 group's planning sessions. James B.
Top secret, magic eyes only.
Forrestal, Secretary of Defense under President Harry Truman.
What does this even mean?
Is widely accused of being the mastermind behind the creation of MJ-12. Once created.
Yo, buddy's been fucking smoking. Stressful that only 4 cigarettes. He's trying to quit.
Majestic may have expanded its mandate beyond what Forrestal had intended. Whatever secrets Forrestal may have known concerning flying saucers and alien visitors, that knowledge died with him when in 1949 he mysteriously plunged to his death from a window at Bethesda Naval Hospital.
Bethesda? I couldn't even make that joke seriously. That's a stupid joke. That's a stupid... I'm silly. I'm fucking silly. What a silly thing to say.
Though he was being treated for depression, many UFO researchers doubt that his death was a suicide and point to the sinister workings of the possibly mythical MJ-12.
What is this MJ? So they've been talking about the MJ-12. I don't really know what it is. Probably because I keep laughing at the fucking alien. I'm not really listening. I'm trying to, though. I feel like I'm in class.
In their hypothesis,
Thank you, Ryan Curtis.
may have been protecting its secrecy from a man who had come to believe the people had a right to know. As late as 1989, according to Bob Lazar, the identification badges at Area 51 read Madge for Majestic. In December 1994, a document purporting to be the Majestic 12 Group Special Operation.
MJ-12 was dancing until the death. After death, his nerve-firing movements, dancing. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Dancing going crazy. Fuck. I give up.
Operations manual was leaked to a noted UFO researcher. It contains the following directive under the heading Isolation and Custody.
Ah! Sorry, that scared me so bad I had to go get water. Is he good? Well, it would be fucking funny if that scared me so bad that I never came back. I got some water and I've been keeping these just for I don't know I don't know when I would ever eat these, but I was keeping them for like a special occasion. I guess this is a special occasion. I have Tom and Jerry, the Japanese snacks, courtesy of Kami. I think they're just gummies. Tom and Jerry gummies. You can't see that. They're Tom and Jerry like gummy candies. Snacks corner, yeah. I don't have enough snacks for a snacks corner. That's why this is like an impromptu snacks corner. All right, let's.
BEs will be detained by whatever means are necessary.
This footage!
And removed to a secure location as soon as possible.
Damn, are these all like cola flavored? I can't read Japanese. I don't know what this is, but it smells like a fucking Coca-Cola. Yo, these are actually like really cool. That's Tom. That's Jerry. They're actually like really well molded. They're huge too. This is Tom. These are cola flavored. That's Tom. They're huge. Like, that's big as fuck. No more head.
There follows this disturbing amplification. Although it is preferable to maintain the physical well-being of any entity, the loss of EBE life is considered acceptable
if conditions or delays to preserve that life in any way compromise the security of the operations. From the beginning of the UFO age, it seems, secrecy was always the government's prime directive.
In 1988,
I feel fucked up eating these because they're so like, the molds are so well made. I like can't do it justice. I'm gonna take a picture. This is fucked up. Like even there's like a mold for like the tails and stuff. I'm taking pictures. I'll post it in the Discord after the stream. Wait. Fucked up. Maybe I'll just leave one. Alright, none of the pictures look good.
Another anonymous government source, codenamed Falcon, claimed that a second extraterrestrial biological entity, EBE-2, voluntarily became a guest of our government, allowing himself to be examined.
What? What? You know, what?
And interviewed.
What the fuck? The alien said, the alien's playing Gmod RP. The alien's like, yeah, oh, I'm a civilian. Are they holding hands?
In this scenario, Area 51 became, for a time at least, a sort of extraterrestrial embassy, the setting for mankind's first attempt at diplomacy with beings from another world.
Yeah, alien's been squatting. The alien's been hitting the rack.
Different sources disagree as to how communication was established.
I love the hand on the desk. What a polite alien.
There is universal agreement that the EBEs are incapable or unwilling to speak human language. In addition,
unwilling, I bet it's unwilling. I bet they're real stubborn.
To the pictographs used by EBE-1, it has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial
I love the chat message, all caps. Yuck. Yuck. The alien's got a buff neck. Like,
voice box, allowing him to speak.
Whoa, like the eye moved a little bit. It's like an intricate like
words,
headpiece.
And that he learned the English language very rapidly. Other sources doubt this story, however.
By our kind, do you mean we Americans?
What has been reported.
The alien looks so lost. The alien looked so lost. He asked the alien a question. The alien just goes.
Most persistently is that the aliens communicate via thought projection or telepathy.
They would have been tortured, made to give up their secrets, instead of questioned in this friendly manner.
We cannot be forced to communicate.
Has it been tried? Not by us.
We speak to who's ever willing to listen.
The idea of telepathic communication with alien beings carries with it the same doubts and controversy attached to telepathy itself. Do the practitioners of this ancient art really have the ability to read minds?
That alien's got a big ass smile. That's a happy alien right there. That alien looks happy. That's a happy alien. That alien's having a good night. This feels like a kid trying to pad out an essay. We've got an hour left of this. We're not even into the meat and potatoes of it all. Although they've shown us a lot, but we haven't seen the alleged real footage yet. This is still all reenactment footage, although we don't know the pictures that they've shown us, whether they're supposed to be real or not. I can't tell, but this is still the intro. That was a bad one. That was an airy one, sorry.
Or are they crafty charlatans who simply tell the listener what he or she wants to hear? If the cynics are right, then the self-proclaimed telepaths recruited by the government in the 1950s were playing an astoundingly daring hoax by claiming to speak for the mute visitors from the stars. Defenders of telepathy call this notion preposterous and point to the long history of government-funded research into mind reading as proof that their science,
looks like all the footage I've shot at concerts,
has merit. In the last 4 decades, there have been persistent, often contradictory rumors and even eyewitness accounts of other alien visitors meeting
What's the alien's head like this? That alien is bored. That alien's like, yo, when can I go get McDonald's? Like, when you let me out, I'm hungry. That alien was fucking bored. That alien's like, I need to check the item shop. You're keeping me from dropping in and getting my victory royale.
With military or government officials. But what about today?
Yo, what the what the fuck? New profile pic. Yeah. For those who want a screenshot, this is like for those with the benefit of flash photography. There you go. Take your pics.
The Tester Corporation has recently come out with a model kit of Gray.
Oh, it's not supposed to be real. I paused literally the second they showed the picture.
The extraterrestrial life form, and a scale model of the so-called sport model, the UFO Bob Lazar says he studied at Area 51. This UFO kit has quickly become one of the most successful model kits in the history of the company. If the military is, in fact, conducting tests of extraterrestrial spacecraft at Area 51, then where are the alien creators of these craft?
In his first TV appearance under the pseudonym Dennis, Bob Lazar was asked if there are living aliens at Area 51. Clearly nervous, he evaded the question by saying, quote, "I really want to steer away from that right now," unquote.
That was a really dramatic lead up to him saying, I don't want to talk about that. Dennis said, quote, clearly nervous, Dennis said, quote, "I really want to steer away from that right now," unquote.
In subsequent interviews, however, he admitted catching a glimpse of 2 scientists talking to a strange short figure with long arms. He also reported seeing several documents that seemed to
that could have been Lanky Kong, by the way, we don't know.
Contain first-hand information on alien civilizations.
Lazar is skeptical of a claim made by Falcon that a group of
fucking love the
EBEs have been
reenactment
given
footage
complete control of a separate base within Dreamland. But he does admit having read a report of a tragic
That's what's in the Beatles. I was like falling out of frame there. Hold on. There we go. I want to rewind, but rewinding in OBS is such trash. 2105.
Now, unquote. In subsequent
I want to see that again. The alien goes like this.
He admitted catching a glimpse of two scientists talking to a strange short figure with long arms. He also reported seeing several documents that seemed to contain
I'm gonna move out of the way.
first-hand information.
They seem to love putting shit in the bottom right of the frame.
Lazar is skeptical of a claim made by Falcon that a group of EBEs have been given complete control of a separate base within Dreamland. But he does admit having read a report of a tragic misunderstanding between military personnel and alien beings in the late 70s.
Drop your weapon.
Lazar states that it had to do with bullets the MPs were carrying, and that the bullets might explode, possibly due to a field the aliens had generated in that area. This encounter supposedly resulted in the deaths of all the humans involved by head wounds.
But if there was ever a large-scale alien presence at Area 51...
Badass. They walked away like fucking badass.
No evidence of it doing his work at S4 in the late 80s.
Those aliens are hard.
Is it possible that the deadly misunderstanding of 10 years earlier brought human-alien cooperation to an end?
In his September 21, 1987 speech to the UN General Assembly, President Reagan himself did little to dispel the notion that this deadly misunderstanding brought human-alien cooperation to an end.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget.
I don't know who that is, but that's me in every class.
At how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Did he really say that? What was he talking about? What? Did Obama ever talk about aliens? The presidents talk about aliens is like a niche I didn't know existed.
The inconsistencies between various tales coming out of Area 51 evidence that these stories are lies? Or are the discrepancies the result of an intentional campaign of disinformation designed to discredit any elements of truth that may be reaching the public?
If so, how does Victor fit into the jigsaw puzzle of questionable witnesses to the alien presence at Area 51?
Who the fuck
is he a
Victor?
hoaxer? A government dupe?
The hoaxer?
Or a frightened whistleblower with the hard evidence to back up his story?
A whistle.
I made it very clear to Victor that his credibility was the entire issue here. And that everybody's going to think this is a hoax, and that how are they going to possibly verify this? What he said was, you can do anything you want in terms of verified, any type of due diligence. He will answer.
I think he's the killer.
Whatever questions put forward. We could do whatever type of checking. We could bring in experts. We could have the tape tested. We could, in fact, he encouraged all of these aspects. He just did not want his face and his real name revealed.
At Coleman's insistence,
I feel like they didn't do a really good job of covering his face. I could tell he's wearing glasses. I could tell he has a beard.
Victor agreed reluctantly to appear on.
You can just see his fucking face. What the hell? They did a really bad job.
Camera, but only in disguise, in shadow, and with his voice electronically altered. The questions were agreed upon in advance, but during the actual interview, the discussion occasionally deviated from Victor's approved questions.
What is your occupation at Area 51?
I won't answer that. I have had
Victor
reason to be present at Area 51, but I'm not going to clarify whether or not I was there as an employee.
Oh my god, it's already been an hour? Holy shit.
Are you saying you were there as a visitor?
I'm not going to specify why or in what capacity I was there. Only that
Not of the movie, I mean of the stream. No. Movie. Documentary. Footage. No, we still have an hour of this
I
left.
was there.
Can you tell us how many times you were there?
When I agreed to this, my fundamental ground rule was that I would not be asked to divulge personal data that might help pinpoint my identity. If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
Are you saying that the number of times you were present at Area 51 is enough to pinpoint your identity?
Any specifics will narrow the field of suspects. Of course, I could lie. Let's say I've been there 47 times.
What is this?
Or anyway, more than once.
Let's turn to the tape itself. The copy you've supplied is not the original tape.
No.
Was the original at Area 51 when you copied it?
That's out of bounds.
Is it fair to assume that the copying of tapes at Area 51 is heavily restricted?
You can assume anything you like. I would say that's a fair assumption. That's obvious.
Yo, Victor's kind of like... Victor's got an attitude. You fucking idiot. What do you think? Is it fair to assume that it's very difficult to get tapes out of Area 51? I think that's fairly fucking obvious.
I will say that this tape was copied under special circumstances. Otherwise, copying it would have been impossible.
Can you be more specific?
More specific? Okay, I'm sure they've figured this much out already. Recently, there was a wholesale transfer of video documentation from analog tape to digital disc storage. In a couple of instances, this allowed data to leak from a highest security system to a less high security system. Even so, this particular tape was the only... I think that's about all I'll say about that.
Was there some...
This, I'll be real, I'm not buying this. Well, I mean, fucking obviously, but like, this is pretty bad acting.
Something about this particular clip that made it more...
I don't know if this is a reenactment or is this supposed to be the actual interview?
Accessible to be copied.
Not necessarily, no.
Was there something about the content that caused them to file it differently or give it special handling?
This interview was terminated.
I need to be more like Victor. I need to be more like, I gotta be zesty like that. I gotta be like, what the fuck do you think? Anytime someone asks me the wrong question, I'm like, this is terminated. This is terminated. You know what? This is fucking terminated.
The interview resumed only after a discussion of the ground rules.
Have you personally seen the alien being that appears in the tape?
Yes, I have, but I stress I was not necessarily present at the interview session that appears on the tape. I'm not going to be specific. I may have encountered the being at another time.
What?
Victor slays the interview.
Can you tell us about the alien interview we're about to see?
This one is rather recent, very late in the series. The interview process has been ongoing since the being arrived, which was in 1989. Approximately twice a month, they sit it down for a session that generally lasts from 3 to 5 hours. If they try to go longer than that, or if they schedule the sessions more frequently, the being becomes unresponsive. There's a fair amount of infighting among the scientists from different disciplines to get their questions asked.
What has the alien revealed?
Various minor technical details of the saucers. The physicists and engineers are frankly frustrated. They feel the being is withholding information. Possibly concepts are getting lost because all the information has to come through a telepath. But also...
You can't say that for real. Next time someone misunderstands me, I'll just be like, it's possible some information was lost because, you know, we had to communicate through a telepath, so...
It may be that the bulk of their scientific knowledge is just too advanced to be translated into our primitive conceptual framework. It's analogous to if a human scientist were to try to translate quantum mechanics into the grunts and screeches of a chimpanzee.
That's not a very flattering comparison.
Frankly, there's a high attrition rate for scientists in the program. You'd think they'd be energized by the challenge, but a lot of them take the ego deflation very hard when they find out not only how much they don't know, but how much they aren't even capable of understanding.
What else?
Damn, what a fucking diss. What a diss. That's a diss. You're not even, it's not that you don't know, it's that you'll never be capable of understanding this.
Has the alien communicated?
Oddly enough, the being seems to have a much easier time communicating spiritual concepts.
I love that fucking, like, 50s detective, the suspenders with the cigarette.
The human body is a vehicle, a vessel. The vessel must be maintained.
My favorite part about this is I love that the alien has a fucking mic. Why did they decide to give the alien a mic?
To serve the spirit.
The alien podcast. The alien's turning like, that's not what I fucking said. You completely misrepresented me. That's not what I said, you fucking idiot. It's like, how could you not translate that properly? Yeah, the podcast. The Joe Rogan.
With maximum efficiency. But a broken vessel can be replaced. Humans.
he got no fucking clue what's happening. That exact moment, this guy's like, I'm across the table from someone wearing an alien fucking helmet and a turtleneck, and I gotta sell this.
Spirit.
Someone just say KFC guy? You mean Colonel Sanders?
Oh, the soul can have many.
The KFC dude?
Vessels.
Is the process natural or technological?
Both are.
Yo, what is this? This is a crazy shot, actually. This feels like a TV movie. Well, not in a bad way. The alien looks positively evil. I don't know why they decided to make like the torso different color though.
Both are one. Technology is a natural excrescence of humanity.
He's so over it. He's so over it. The guy's like, yeah, is that really what he's saying? Are you fucking kidding me?
Technology is a process the vessel uses to perfect itself.
So this transference of the soul from vessel to vessel, did your kind create the mechanics of it, or is it a natural...
Oh, that alien like reaction shot.
Did it predate the intellectual creation?
Before understanding must come acceptance.
And it's not technological.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that the question is meaningless. The soul can travel from vessel to vessel. Reincarnation, transfiguration, whatever. It's real.
What I'm getting at is, does he know how it's done?
Whoa, did they have to ADR that? Why does it sound so weird? What I'm saying is that, does he know how it's done?
Victor uses the term vessels to refer to the alien's conception of the body as a
I think this is where the Heaven's Gate stuff comes up.
for the soul.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hide that for a little bit.
The UFO
we'll bring
cult
it back.
known as Heaven's Gate used the term containers in a similar context. The mass suicide of the Heaven's Gate
There's one graphic I do want to show.
illustrates the dark side of accepting such ideas.
They have like a scary
at face
graphic
value.
of the music's
Doe,
also crazy.
The Heaven's Gate cult leader preached that humans.
What the fuck is this? What is this? This is scary. They made this for the video. What is this graphic? They like did like Tim and Eric facial manipulation on a picture of him. This is so weird. When they removed his eyes from one of the pictures, they gave him a sad face. They gave him a smile, and such a weird decision for them to put this, to make this edit and put it in here. All right.
Can pass from container to container. The mysterious Victor, on the other hand,
I'll let it roll a little bit,
no
and I'll see if they're done showing the
In
footage.
his interview,
It's not very
months
long.
before the Rancho Santa Fe tragedy, Victor made his attachment to his own earthly vessel abundantly clear.
And let me just state here publicly
I think it's
to head off
done.
any clever ideas anyone might be having.
I think they're done showing it.
I have never been, am not now, and never will be suicidal.
But how would the public know if something happened to you, since we don't know who you are?
Let me do this.
I'm taking care of that. Trust me. If
What?
something happens to me, if I die, people will know who I am.
Do you think it's a reassuring sign that these aliens can communicate with us on a spiritual plane?
It would be nice to think so.
Oh, we just keep snapping
but
the
I'm
thing.
not sure if it's really such an achievement, considering the mismatch between our intellects.
I can't make
you're
it.
not going to have much luck making your dog
There we go.
understand calculus. But if you pet him on the head and say, "Good dog," aren't you communicating spiritually?
Wait, what? You just say patting your dog on the head and saying good dog is communicating spiritually to the dog?
And doesn't the animal control officer say, "Good dog," when he comes to put some poor stray to sleep? Doesn't the
I don't think so. I don't think they do that.
vet try to reassure the animal just before he spays it? When you're dealing with beings whose intellect is so far beyond your own, I don't think it's safe to assume they have your best interests at heart.
What about the content of the tape segment you brought?
I'll have another Jerry.
As I said, this is late in the series. In fact, it's quite close to the end.
Oh, you can't see it.
Because of his unwillingness to reveal his own identity,
Why did they
Victor's
even
story
why did they bring up Heaven's Gate? Someone said vessel, and then there were like Heaven's Gate. The UFO cult also used the term. They used the term container, and to die, or it was linked to them dying. And they said, "Are you gonna die?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay," and they just move on.
stands or falls on the credibility of the tape he supplied. Here, exclusively for
Maybe
the
at that
first
point it was like a
time
recent thing.
anywhere, is the uncut, uninterrupted alien interview tape, shown in its entirety in real time.
All right, let's fucking go. I guess we're just watching. Is it the rest? There's no way this is the rest of the tape, isn't it? That'd be really funny. What's that laser? Is that the alien's finger? The alien's doing that thing when you do Muslim prayer and it's the last one. I'm describing this terribly, and you go like that. Those who don't know. Is the aliens dancing? Oh wait. So this is the alien dying. The recreation, remember they showed the alien coughing and getting sick? Save him! Save him! I'm not gonna lie, it really looks like that alien's just like, this is strangely. What is happening? Save him! Save him! Get out of your mouth. It's not a toy. Get out of your mouth. It's not a toy. My SD card is not a toy. Get that shit out of your mouth. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. What you got in your mouth? Spit it out. The wiping of They really just wiped this alien's fucking lips? Wow.
You removed the soundtrack from
that was the selling point of this videotape, was that was real, unedited, full footage of an alien interview. That was it. That was real.
The tape before you turned it over to this program.
That's correct. I can't allow
that great review. That fucking sucked.
the voices of the project personnel.
That followed by that was awesome.
To be heard by the general public. There's a very good chance their family or friends on the outside might recognize them.
Isn't your purpose in releasing this tape to expose Area 51 to the world?
My purpose is to expose the existence of the aliens, not compromise these individuals. I made the decision to come forward. I'm taking precautions to protect my own identity, and I don't think it's fair for me to put these others in danger of exposure. In any case, the interview on the tape went nowhere. It was interrupted, as you'll see.
Can you describe for us what we're seeing?
All right.
We're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at biosafety level 2,
tell us what the fucking light is.
The lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact,
specific number.
All the indications are the aliens eliminated microbial and viral life from their own ecosystem long ago. They aren't susceptible to our diseases directly, but it has been shown that microbes can reproduce and form.
They eliminated disease, and yet the first one to come here fucking beefs it and just dies. That's higher life form my ass.
Colonies within their respiratory systems, which tends to exacerbate the debilities they seem to suffer anyway in our environment. In fact, you can see here the alien is beginning to flag. The interview was not going well. The telepath is trying to clarify some points.
This feels like a job interview. The alien's eyes look so scared. The interview was not going well. The alien failed the programming questions, just completely was mumbling throughout the interview.
But he wasn't receiving coherent responses. As you can see, the being is in real distress.
55% of the audience says this video convinced me aliens are real. Crowd has spoken.
At this point, the telepath is sending out a message to the medical staff. He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response.
The alien going like, it's
There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between.
He's both giving and getting this up.
His space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the right. The medical staff should be there by now. They're slow in responding. There they are. I have to say the medical personnel at S4 are less than first rate. They tend to be selected.
They're less than first rate. The fucking medical personnel fucking sucked. They shoved lights in the alien's eyes. They started wiping the alien's mouth like it was a baby.
Their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical competence. By the way, he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact he's checking for hemorrhaging.
He literally just put it in his eye.
Around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity. I'm sorry.
The alien's face.
It's very hard for me to watch this.
Oh, Victor, you're not gonna describe why they wipe his mouth like they just fed him fucking Gerbers?
You're asking me if I think this is real? That have I finally seen a space alien? You know, I don't know. But I do know this. I know that this is not a tricked up version like the alien autopsy. It doesn't attempt.
That's what I do when I edit videos. The videos are getting tricked up.
From the alien, it doesn't have that cinema verite, black and white. It doesn't go to great lengths to try to fool the audience. Straight ahead. It's an alien on tape. Pretty much the way you'd probably film it. The point is this: what if it is real?
That guy said nothing. He just said nothing. They said, do you think it's real? He goes, you know, more importantly, we should discuss how if you were to film an alien in real life doing an interview, you'd probably film it like this. But the real question is, what if it's real? I'm like, what? I just asked you that. Why are you asking?
In evaluating the authenticity of the alien interview tape, the logical place to begin is with the videotape itself.
Great. We're in the padding part of the essay here. We've literally said everything we need to say. Now we just have to pad it out.
What can the technical details of this recording tell us about its origin? Rocket Pictures sent Victor's original tape to the Phoenix laboratory of renowned image analyst Jim Delatoso.
Yo,
using the most up-to-date digital technology,
Imagine that's what you were editing.
Tried to determine the tape's authenticity.
I wish one day my setup would look like that and I'm editing an alien video.
Different aspects of the image itself.
Wow, look at that DS in the background. That's crazy.
To develop questions for a matrix.
Homie's got a prayer mat out in the back. Mashallah.
Tricks on, is it real or is it fake? I grabbed a frame in the computer and we're outputting it now in digital format, and you can see that we have an absolutely solid picture. What we've done is taken the picture and moved it over so that we can look at the information that's in between the frames. Now,
the Jerry's are a ripoff. The Toms are much better because they give you more.
We can see
there's more because Tom is bigger.
Still is not bad. And when we have this little indicator down here, it tells me that the original image was transferred using some kind of time-based corrector. These are video screens up here, television, video monitors.
That fucking alien joke.
If this was shot using
that alien's busting the fucking fattest nut,
we would see moire patterns up there, and we don't see the moire patterns. So there's a probability that this was shot originally on film possibly a film stock like 7252 or 7247, depending on the lighting.
That doesn't look like film
The
to me.
idea that these images may have originated on film is in direct contradiction to Victor's statement that the interview was shot on.
Victor called the fuck out. They're calling out Victor. What if the rest of this video is a Victor hit piece?
Video. On closer inspection, Delatoso decided the images could indeed have been recorded by a video camera under certain specific conditions.
In
They
this
just went back
case,
on what they said.
I get the sense of it that this was originally created using either film, transferred telecine to beta, and then this is the third generation, or it was taped under very low light conditions with
What the fuck?
Video gain boosted probably 12 dB.
Even the emotionless analysis of a
This is as someone who has experience with film and video, this is very funny. They're very not comparable.
A computer cannot provide a definitive answer.
Not video game boosted, video gain boosted the gain. I'm guessing the image. But 12 dB? What? I don't know.
Delatoso's efforts yield tantalizing hints, but in the end, they only increase the mystery.
That's a sick picture.
One of the key things about this creature,
I love this dude's setup. I want that.
its eyes.
Crazy amount of space.
Like the other experts, video analyst Jim Delatoso was emotionally affected by what he saw. He took the tape very seriously and offered this personal opinion.
I love that they have to say that. He took the tape very seriously. Yeah, that posture. I was looking at that posture, and the first thing I thought was, I wouldn't be able to do that with my right arm. I gained 10 degrees this week.
If someone faked this, I don't like these people. I think it's a bad thing for people to do, because extraterrestrials come here. It's an incredibly important thing to understand who they are and why are they coming here. If this is not faked, thing for people.
Right.
One of the key things about this creature
Come on, spit.
are its eyes.
Like the other experts, video analyst Jim Delatoso was emotionally
His hair is
affected
incredible.
by what he saw. He took the tape very seriously and offered this personal opinion.
If someone faked this, I don't like these people. I think it's a bad thing for people to do, because if extraterrestrials come here, it's an incredibly important thing to understand who they are and why are they coming here. If this is not faked, I think we've got a glimpse here of a sense of communication with someone who came from a long distance away.
I love that they preface what he said with, here he is offering his personal opinion. He said, if it's fake, I hate you, because aliens are important. And if it's real, though he might have just seen something real. Yeah, sick. Thought real hard about that one.
When asked his opinion of the alien interview, Adair was careful to answer only in terms of his own experiences.
If you're referring to the film where it's aliens being interrogated at Area 51, I don't know. I've never seen a UFO in my life. I've never
I love that
seen
all the
aliens
footage of this
tickle
guy
in a
is him
jar or
cruising
anything
around.
like that. But I know I saw an engine that wasn't from our terrestrial technology. If you're looking at an engine like that, it came out of a craft. If it come out of a craft, then that craft has occupants, so it's very
Why don't you bet
logical
he's
to
just
think
driving
then
around the same block
that,
like 20 times.
Those occupants could still be here and they could be interrogating them, or they could have downed another craft since 1971.
Yo. What did you do to them? What are these alligators? Are those the dinosaurs from... Is that the dinosaur? No. That's not from the TV show. Hey, that's the alien mask from earlier. I was gonna say, is that Theodore Rex? Oh my god, it is Theodore Rex. Holy shit. Yo. We got a fucking icon here. That has to be Theodore Rex. That's wild. That's wild. Yo, I can't believe we got a Theodore Rex cameo. That's the alien from the reenactments, right?
Makeup artist John Criswell has provided special effects creatures for many Hollywood motion pictures and television shows, such as Spaced Invaders.
Damn, so this Spaced Invaders, they got like legit, like effects artists to make the stuff for this movie. That's wild.
And Babylon 5.
Unless that was clips from something
Rocket
else.
Pictures to create the aliens for the recreation segment.
Oh wait, is this movie made by Rocket Pictures?
Of this program.
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
Criswell was very interested to finally see the real thing.
By Hollywood standards, I would say this is, it's a pretty decent puppet. Well, to be honest with you, I would love to buy this being real, but it's probably a hoax. Well, I think this is a really cool design, and it's a great concept, but I think I could have done better. Whoever did this, I mean, they could have a job in Hollywood in a minute. No problem. This one has a much creepier quality than the alien autopsy tape, I think. That one I definitely didn't buy just because of the way it laid on the table. There was a couple of things. This actually, whoever did this was, or if someone did this, they were very clever because
whoever did that. Oh fuck! Wait, if someone did this, don't want to make them mad.
It hides a lot of stuff, so that's what makes me kind of disbelieve it a little bit. But who knows?
This guy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take the paycheck, and I'm gonna ride the line just enough for me to be able to cash that shit in, and I'm bouncing."
Well, thought the alien exhibited movements that would be difficult to fake.
I mean, fucking get the bag.
There are moments when this looks very real, and I don't know how they did certain little things about this. So right when I would say that it's definitely a puppet, he moves a certain way, or he'll lift up in the frame and all that, and all these little things are important to the to the character of it.
Yo, look what happened at the end there? It looked like he kind of got like taken over by the footage. What was that? He was like, he was just completely perturbed. Fell in love.
Academy Award winner Rick Baker is one of Hollywood's reigning masters of makeup effects. He transformed Eddie Murphy into a 300-pound man for the Nutty Professor and has created monsters.
Sick! Yo, Nutty Professor shout out!
For countless films, including An American Werewolf in London and the UFO-related
Nutty
Men in
Professor!
Black. Baker dismissed the tape as a fake.
Yeah, this doesn't fool me. I don't buy this. I think this is a puppet, and you've got a table in the foreground that's hiding the rest of its body. You've got some kind of whatever that instrument is in the foreground. It's hiding. It's also lit very mysteriously. I think if you were going to record this alien, you would want to see it, and you wouldn't.
No, you don't understand. They had the lights off for the comfort of the alien. The alien gets nervous when there's lights.
Hide it behind a table, and you would light it in a way that would show up much more than this. And this particular movement, this head jerking movement here especially, looks very puppety to
me. That was the inspiration for the aliens in the fucking Grey Hill incident. That they saw that little movement and they went, "That's how they're gonna attack. That's how they're gonna attack in our game. They're gonna be fucking sloppy."
A little overdone and very much like
they're small and gray. Oh my god.
A guy with his hand inside this thing. guess he's supposed to be ill here. Is that what's going on? It just looks like they went to a great deal of effort to hide as much of the anatomy other than the head on this puppet, and I just don't buy it. I would be willing to stake my reputation on the fact that I think this is a
confident man. Confident man.
Folks, it's very interesting to see them.
Where's the response video? Where's Victor's response video?
Opinion. There was no controversy at all.
It's a fake, in my opinion. We could build better. We have built better.
Yo!
UFO expert Robert Dean, on the other hand, had no doubt whatsoever that the tape was authentic.
This is powerful because this is not a staged event. This is real.
Oh, we just said this is real because it's not fake.
In the 1960s, Robert O. Dean served as an Army intelligence analyst at NATO headquarters in Europe, where he claims to have seen first-hand evidence of alien beings and their artifacts. Retired from the Army, he is now a highly regarded UFO researcher and
I wish to have a room like this at some point in my life. Completely empty room with just a TV on a surface and a really big ass. That is a huge one seat. That's not even a love seat. That's like it looks like someone scaled up a single seater in Blender or something.
Analyst. Dean was asked to view the tape and offer his expert opinion.
They're treating him like a piece of livestock, wiping his lips.
Calling on
he seemed into that, not gonna lie. No.
His own first-hand experience for comparison, Robert Dean was stunned and moved by what he saw.
That breaks my heart. I think you've got your...
Oh, I thought he was gonna start crying. Yo, I thought he was gonna start crying. Oh no, why did they cut? You could hear him breathing. Oh, he was so upset.
A piece of legitimate footage here, and I think you've got your hands on some pretty sensitive material. I don't know how the hell you got this. I don't know who you got it from, and frankly, I don't want to know who you got it from. But you got yourself a tiger by the tail with this footage. I would say, and I know that that's one of the things you ask of me, is that you've got yourself some legitimate footage of one of the little guys being interrogated and filmed. And there's a reality to it, and there's a sensitivity to it that literally breaks my heart. But I tell you very strongly, you've got something here that is very sensitive. Well, I know that the level of classification on this kind of a thing is so far damned above top secret that you can't imagine how sensitive this kind of thing is, and how delicate it is, and how tightly the government sits on anything like this.
Sean Morton.
Yo, do you see the transition to white with like a little alien face?
Authenticity in the technical details of the interview's setting.
Okay, there's a couple of interesting things about the tape right off the bat.
Morton tried to decipher the time code at the bottom of the screen.
First off, what you're looking at in the time code is DNI, is Department of Naval Intelligence. So Department of Naval Intelligence, this would probably be a file number 27. It could be a security level, however, because security levels are supposedly go up to Q36, or the highest ones that we know about. The first interesting thing about that is that I'm noticing what looks like a medical monitor, and look at how slowly and erratic the heartbeat is. The heartbeat
oh my God, that's a heartbeat monitor?
1, 2. It's very, very erratic, and it looks as though the heartbeat being as erratic as it is only about, from counting that, it looks like it's about 30 a minute or so.
Morton suggested an alternate explanation for the video's dim lighting.
One of the unusual things about most of these particular race of aliens is they are very, very sensitive to light. So a lot of these interviews are conducted in
he knows
in very darkened rooms.
He knows.
To Morton's eye,
he's smart.
Many features of this alien dovetailed with
They
accounts
don't like
of
light.
other first-hand contactees.
Another strange thing about the physiognomy of these creatures is, as well, is if you will notice that the neck itself is not at the back of the head like a human being is. The neck is actually in the center of the head, which is what actually gives it problems holding its head and its neck up. Whatever this is, it's being taken. The interview is actually being done through a piece of glass, which is probably something somebody faking the photographs probably wouldn't think about. Right there, we see that the creature appears to be choking. The dark eyes, in many cases, are actually a form of lens that guards the creature against untoward sunlight.
He's just rocking out.
It's a remarkable piece of footage. I mean, it's very, 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 very interesting. If it's a hoax, it's very well done. If it's
they were really
if it's
confident in that
nuts,
footage.
then I would say it's probably revolutionary.
Another expert who was asked to examine the tape was Michael Hesseman, one of Europe's leading UFO researchers and author of the international bestseller Beyond Roswell.
Yo!
When I got the first information about the alien interview footage, and when I saw the first picture, I said there might be a connection to a real incident.
Hesseman was intrigued both by the alien's appearance and by Victor's claim that the being arrived at Area 51 in 1989.
If it is authentic, it might be the most significant film ever published, ever.
They're all saying, if it's real, that's crazy. If it's not, then damn. They're not even like
shown on television.
For several years now, Hesseman has been investigating reports that the South African Air Force shot down a flying saucer in the Kalahari Desert in 1989. According to Hesseman's sources, 2 survivors were retrieved from the downed saucer. One was sent to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, and the other to Area 51. The extraterrestrial in Victor's tape bears a striking resemblance to descriptions of the Kalahari ET. And the timing of its appearance at Area 51 is consistent with the South African incident.
If you see the drawings we have of the Kalahari alien and the descriptions we have, it seems to be the same being. And the Kalahari...
They're showing this footage a lot. They were really happy about the footage they got. This
incident puts the alien interview footage into a context and gives it at least a probability that it might be real. It might be the real stuff.
They were real fucking confident.
Whitley Strieber, best-selling author of Communion, claims to have had numerous personal contacts with alien beings. He has become the de facto spokesman for the growing number of people who claim to have been abducted.
You gotta zoom into the picture of the book twice.
By extraterrestrials. The nationally syndicated television program Strange Universe asked Strieber and several other abductees to view the alien interview tape. What Strieber saw left him profoundly shaken.
This is basically, this is a react video from the 90s. This is like UFO analysts react to our video. This is it.
Strieber would not agree to be interviewed on camera for this program, but on Strange Universe, he had this to say.
What is this presentation? This editing is sick. It's very difficult to watch this because somebody who made this knows something about the way they move. What the fuck? That is high praise. That's high praise. Imagine making an alien video and someone's like, I can't watch this because like you clearly know something about the aliens the way that this, because this is so real. Oh, what a quote! What a fucking quote! Oh my god! I'm gonna start saying that about like fake game leaks. It's like Banjo-Kazooie 3 has been revealed in a leak. I hope to God it's fake, because if it's not, I'm so ashamed for mankind. Nuts and bolts.
On May 23, 1997, Victor gave a radio interview on the nationally syndicated show Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. Speaking by telephone from an unknown location,
Victor's branching out.
Victor answered questions from host Art Bell and his guest, UFO expert Sean Morton.
From the Kingdom of Nye, Coast to Coast AM continues with Art Bell.
It is going to be a very
Let's get on Victor.
Let's see if we've got Victor on the line. Victor, are you there?
I'm here.
Welcome to the program, Victor.
Victor's out there spewing his shit after he got fucking demolished by Rocket Pictures. They're like, he's like, I have to go on radio.
Afterwards, this is what Bell and Morton had to say
What
about
a
Victor's
edit right here.
What a hell of an interview, huh?
Boy, oh boy, talk about making history on the radio. It was, as far as I could tell, he answered every question properly, as far as exactly where the locations are, to the descriptions of the the transports, the 737s, to the CTS-43s. The retinal scans, the 5 levels at
He looks so concerned.
A veteran of countless controversial interviews, Art Bell still found himself impressed by his encounter with Victor.
In the first, I think,
yo, what a fucking, look at this. What a shot. The zoom in onto the computer monitor of the alien website is like, that's gorgeous.
I sensed that I was getting a kind of a runaround, or that I was not satisfied with the quality
Load
of
up the picture, baby.
that I was being given. But as the interview progressed,
oh, there you go. It's finally finished loading.
And Victor, to some degree, began to relax. I began to get a different sense, and that was that he was telling me the truth.
Is it going to finish loading?
I think Victor was scared. I think Victor really
It's loading. It's not done loading. Yo, it's taking a minute. That's a big picture.
So my judgment of the interview after about the first, maybe 20 minutes, half hour, is that we began to get some real information. It was a significant milestone.
artbell.com/aliens.html. Wonder if that's still up.
There's
Probably
no question
not.
about that. In broadcasting.
This picture is copyrighted. Oh, fuck.
If the government has really been in contact with superior aliens, wouldn't we see some evidence of it? For instance, amazing new scientific discoveries.
Limitless free energy? A cure for cancer?
Yeah.
We might if the government's motive were the betterment of mankind. The government's motive is control. And just as much as they crave control, they fear loss of control. Knowledge is power, but power does not necessarily confer competence. The people at the top of this program are intellectually very average. They're not capable of making proper use of what's been handed to them, but they have no intention of letting anyone else ever get a chance to solve the puzzle.
Y'all just got called intellectually average.
There's also the possibility that the government is being manipulated by the extraterrestrials for their own purposes.
You could have released this tape to the news media, but you insisted on being paid for it. Doesn't that cast doubt on your own motives?
Yes, and I was aware of that going in, but that's a cross I'm prepared to bear. I find it disgusting that the most important event in human history is being kept secret simply because certain unimaginative officials have the power to do so. But at the same time, I do see the irony in my own actions. All I can say is, had I had the choice, I would not have insisted on profiting from this revelation, but since by lifting this veil I've endangered not only my career but possibly my life, I felt the need for some small measure of monetary freedom to deal with any eventualities. And let me say, I could have demanded significantly more money than I did if I had been willing to compromise my anonymity. There have been other whistleblowers who jumped at the chance to become celebrities, which I think casts even more doubt on their motives than some people may be casting on mine.
Do you believe your life is in danger as a result of making this tape public?
I would hope not. I would like to think my government is a little more civilized than that, but at the same time I don't intend to give them the chance to prove me wrong. At any rate, to a certain extent,
Jason Bourne.
I'm counting on being disbelieved. Obviously they would like me to be perceived as a hoaxer. If something were to happen to me, if I should die suddenly in a freak accident, it would obviously lend credence to my story, and I assume they understand that and will act or not act accordingly.
Why should anyone believe this tape is authentic?
Use your own judgment. That's all any of us can do.
No, you can't say that, Victor.
There's been so much secrecy and disinformation over the last 50 years that it's become impossible to prove anything in the face of official denial. Of course, the flip side is nobody really believes anything the government says.
Robert Dean heads a growing movement lobbying.
This guy was so hard. This guy was deeply affected by
intelligence and military
the footage. I want to hear what he has to say.
So they can talk openly about U.S. involvement with UFOs and aliens.
As early as '49, your government knew we were dealing with extraterrestrial intelligence. And then it sort of blew up more and more. Every year there were more discoveries, more conclusions, more contacts. And as you probably know, we have indeed retrieved crashed hardware, and we have reverse engineered it, and we have indeed been flying some of that hardware in this base not too many miles outside of Nellis, near Las Vegas.
We've been flying
Dean
UFOs.
believes the time has come for the government to tell the people what it knows.
The truth has got to come out. We're over 30 years too late.
Amen. Amen.
The people not only have a right to know, they have
Amen.
a need to know.
Amen.
And damn it, I stand in this belief, and I will say this and stand by this till the day I die. Congress has the responsibility. Congress has the obligation.
Yep.
To the people.
Yep.
To the Constitution.
Yep.
And to the nation.
Fucking amen. Well said, brother. Speak the truth.
Did this alien die?
I can't answer that with certainty. I do know the interviews came to an end. Whether the being died or was retired, and I don't mean that in the spy thriller sense of having it killed, I mean retired from the interview process. I just don't know. I'm fairly certain it didn't go home, at least not in the physical sense. But these beings, they don't seem to be very concerned about dying or avoiding death.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe they know what comes after death with more confidence than we do. Maybe there's another vessel waiting for them on the other side.
Oh. The other side?
Yes, which may in fact be where they come from in the first place. I've heard the claims that they come from Zeta Reticula or the Pleiades, but it hasn't been established that they come from out there at all. Their saucers may not travel through space as we know it. They may fold in from another dimension, another reality.
You make them sound almost supernatural, like angels.
They fold in.
Supernatural is just a term for aspects of nature we don't understand. For many people, they certainly do serve the functions of both angels and devils, forces we can't comprehend. Have you had enough of me? I think I've earned my money.
Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Have you had enough of me?
Believing?
Are you mad at me?
Can the images on this little tape really be what Victor claims?
Have you had enough of me?
To even take the question seriously requires a belief in the possibility of wonder, a willingness to accept an almost unimaginable truth.
Again, Victor with the zest.
Far easier and safer to label it a hoax.
I want to go here, wherever this is.
I'm standing on Nevada Highway 375.
Well, now I know exactly what that is.
Official extraterrestrial highway, redesignated last year by the legislature in acknowledgement of the worldwide fame that has become attached to this desolate spot. Beyond those mountains is Area 51, the most widely discussed secret place on Earth. Whether as a hoax or a mind-expanding revelation,
Can you go to Area 51? Can you just walk in?
now a part of the
Do they got
Area
like a gift
51
shop?
legend. There will come a day when the secrecy at Area 51 ends.
No,
When that
well,
day
they should.
comes, then we will know whether this
They're probably
tape
like
was
make a lot
real
of money.
and what the true motive was for its sudden appearance. Until then, we can only speculate, investigate,
Why do I feel like this is ending? This has 20 minutes left.
and hope.
There's a blooper reel. This isn't the end. I'm fairly sure.
Oh, I've essentially been living in hiding. Essentially, my life from before your documentary.
What the fuck is this?
The edible just hit.
This is this from the same thing?
With that phone interview, and since then.
Oh, it was a special edition. Maybe this is the added part of the special edition.
And I have been living by my wits.
That was actually kind of creepy. Why do they do it like that? That was weird. Now this is all Victor, apparently, for the next 20 minutes.
Disguise in front of the camera again.
It's now been 11 years since.
No, that's not his real face. He's wearing some kind of mask.
The Art Bell interview you arranged for me.
In May 1997.
As the interview progressed, I began to get a different sense, and that was that he was scared. I think Victor really is scared.
That was a pleasant experience, to say with some sarcasm.
Looking back on it now, 11 years later, you didn't want to do it.
I did not want to do it on the day that I did it. You and that Rocket Man foisted it upon me.
The Rocket Man.
For one on-screen appearance in your little documentary, and then somehow that agreement metastasized into an ongoing series of promotional appearances, which was not part of the agreement.
You agreed to do that one phone interview with Art Bell Coast to Coast to promote the video at the time.
Which was a live interview, and I had made it abundantly clear that I was not to be put in a position of revealing.
He's complaining right now that he did.
In a live situation.
He's basically
Victor,
complaining right now.
With all due respect, you knew that the Art Bell show was live.
You say that now, that's not how I remember it, but in any case, it's a thing of the past.
Well, in any event, you contacted us for this interview.
This situation has not been of my choosing. If I came to you and requested, as you say, in fact, I find that characterization insulting. I did not request to give you information.
That's not how I remember it. Oh my god, so I've gotten gaslit by that fucking sentence so many times.
Demand payment. Certainly I demanded it. I would not have been given it had I not demanded it. You are the businessmen. You are the filmmakers, the video makers, the documentary.
What is this about?
You and that Rocket Man.
The Rocket Man.
Made whatever profits have been made over the last decade off of the. I can't think of a reason why I would want to be giving.
He's turning into like there's like a Joker situation.
Certainly, any illusions I had that my information might actually spur the government have been sadly mistaken. It's been 11 years since I brought out that tape. What follow-up has there been? Who among these so-called ufologists, these self-proclaimed investigators,
What is this vibe?
That's demanded information about S4 under the Freedom of Information Act? Show me one of them that has seriously attempted.
This is this is the Victor response video. They were like, there's some inconsistencies in Victor's story, and now he's going all in with the response video.
The existence of the alien interview program. All they care about is talking among themselves and making videotapes, making documentaries, promoting themselves.
Do you at least feel vindicated that no one has conclusively debunked the tape?
But the only vindication that I could imagine would be if the government finally revealed all that they know about these aliens.
So are you saying that the internet truth seekers are not living up to your expectations?
That is an understatement. Well, I should say they perhaps are living up to my expectations, since my expectations were admittedly low to begin with.
Yo, no, Victor, no fucking survivors.
Seriously,
Victor's getting everyone.
Who is that person in your in your documentary? That Morton character?
Sean David Morton.
Yes, a researcher. What has he discovered to corroborate or debunk
Scorched Earth?
Since that time, he was more than happy to take it at face value. Then, when he too was being paid, I assume you paid him as well as me. All of these people are charlatans. All of these people are at best hobbyists and at worst professional con men.
Well, I'm shit! You've seen the finished product. What did you think of Bob Dean's interview, the retired NATO commander? Well,
he took the video at face value, but that was a case of being correct by accident.
What about Rick Baker? Rick Baker's won Academy Award.
Did you just say he was correct by accident?
Baker is a professional makeup artist, a makeup businessman. It's in his best interest to say that he can do much better than the real thing. And that other makeup man, the same goes for him.
The makeup man.
John Criswell, yes. They both were happy to...
He's cutting a promo on everyone right now.
Realistic alien. Fine. Well, where is it? In the Men in Black movies? In that ridiculous alien autopsy film?
He's holding a back scratcher. I just realized.
Alien than the one in that interview. By all means, if these makeup people are capable of creating a more realistic alien.
I'm like kind of scared by, I feel like he's gonna do something crazy. I feel like he's fucking mad.
Then show me, compare it, place it before the public. These people are...
Do you want to hear another joke, Murray?
Show people. Everything for them is hyperbole. My contempt for the viewers of your documentary over the last 11 years knows no bounds. They've been like children, mocking it, or on the other hand, credulously accepting it with no attempt to evaluate the material on its own merits.
Oh, fuck.
To discover any new material to support or debunk it.
He just called us out.
Joke. This is not a hoax.
Why are they showing the back scratch?
Staking my reputation on it. If an anonymous individual in a rubber mask could be said to be staking his reputation on anything, I challenged these ufologists to debunk me, discover my identity.
This is a full-on wrestling promo.
If they really believe that the alien interview footage is a hoax, prove it. Show where it was faked. If they believe that the alien in that footage is a puppet, prove it. Find the puppet maker. If they believe that I am a hoaxer, prove it.
I'm a hoaxer.
Discover my real identity. It certainly doesn't matter to me at this point.
He's calling him out.
Do you need some water?
Let me say, no.
What?
And let us finish this.
All right. Let's move on to some
Is that a
new
Dairy
areas.
Queen cup?
How do you respond about rumors in the UFO community that Cheney and Rumsfeld have known about the EBEs since the Nixon administration?
Well, certainly Cheney knows everything there is to know within the government. It's not much that is kept secret from the general public that Cheney does not know. As for Rumsfeld, Rumsfeld is a bombastic clown, but he has certainly shown quite a bit of interest in new technologies, shall we say. I will say this to those
what on earth is that supposed to be a UFO?
Who seem to be sitting on their hands waiting for someone else to bring them information. If you do your research and discover where Rumsfeld was in the middle of March of this year, I think you will learn a few
fucking
things
fly sound
that
effects.
perhaps you would like to know.
Would you care to elaborate?
No, I would not care to elaborate, and I frankly don't think that you, the producers of this documentary, would like for me to elaborate.
Do you think that President Bush has been kept up to date on our ET program, or that Cheney has kept all the information from him?
President Bush, now there is a puppet. There is your artificial marionette.
Hey.
And no one seems to be able to identify him as an artificial president. Why should they be able to recognize a real alien when they see one?
Oh, fucking got him. He's getting everyone right now.
Irrelevant to the process.
Oh, shit.
And certainly irrelevant to the decision-making that goes on from the vice president's office.
While we're talking about...
I didn't expect them to show that footage.
What are your thoughts about 9/11?
I'm not going to talk about 9/11.
Oh, thank fucking God. Like, what? I'm like speechless as to this like special edition like footage. I'm speechless.
You're not going to talk about 9/11.
9/11 is like the Bermuda Triangle. 9/11 is not part
Okay, I don't know if they're gonna show footage or not, so let's just
of this story. Shall
put
we
that to the side. What the fuck? This is getting into like, this is like conspiracy shit. Is 9/11 too? I'm pretty sure 9/11 will be TOS. I'm not taking any chances. Okay. I'm pretty sure anything that features like real shit probably don't want to be showing that.
He's still at the base in Utah.
The base at Utah.
In the Art Bell interview in 1997, you alluded, I believe more than alluded, to the fact that the EBEs were moved from Area 51
which has been
to the base in Utah.
What is this? What is this? What is this footage? What was that edit?
The EBEs, to my knowledge, are all, at this time, deceased, if you want to call it that. Before we go any further, I just want to say to you, not to your viewers, but to you, and to that rocket person, that this will be the last time you ever see me. This will be my last statement, bar none. And this time, I can say that with conviction, because...
Alright, keep snapping.
Seems that this container has reached its expiration date.
Oh my God, he's sick. It's Breaking Bad. What? What a twist. What?
I am apparently not long for this world. So, this will be my final testament.
And what is your final testament?
Please, he has to take off the mask and be a fucking alien. I swear to God. I swear to God. This is where what we're watching can decide either to not reveal anything and just lean into all the rest of the stuff that we've seen, or they could pivot here in a way that would make me shit my pants. I'm gonna double check the ending on my end to see if there's anything that I can't show, because just to make sure. I skimmed through it, but I don't remember this. Where are we? Okay. Okay, this goes in a fucking wild direction, it seems, but I don't think there's anything visually TOS.
Thank you for the compassion. As I intimated on the Art Bell interview, my involvement with S4 and the Alien Interview program did come to an end.
It goes in a...
And I have
not where I thought it would go.
With the Black Ops program for more than a decade. However, I have been in contact with certain individuals who are still involved in attempting to make sense of the information that was gathered before the aliens discorporated. And I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, that if I am not long for this world, you are not much longer. As the Bible thumpers say, the end times are upon us.
The end of the world?
The end of the world.
The end of the fucking world! Victor was like, yo, aliens isn't enough, the world is gonna fucking end.
They presented themselves to humanity. They were taken and held and questioned and allowed to die.
Yo! Did you see that? Did you see that in the glasses? That's the fucking alien picture I have in the top left.
Ufologists. Look into the and question.
Oh no, that's not okay. But it's the alien footage that they showed us before. But it looked like what I have in the top left. Oh, I almost had a heart attack seeing that shit. I was like, there's no way they use the same picture. It's the video that they've showed us like 10 times.
And allowed to die.
Oh my god.
And now the reckoning is at hand.
I don't know if Victor's gonna give us a time frame, but this is 97, so
Let me give a task to these so-called investigators, these ufologists. Look into
the end is coming here. 2008? I thought the special edition was from 97. Oh, it's 11 years after 97. Oh, I thought that 97 was a special edition and it was 11 years after like 88 or something or whatever. Oh yeah, it's post 9/11. Duh, I didn't think about that.
To determine where Donald Rumsfeld was.
I was like, wow, he predicted some shit.
On March 23rd of this year.
What is the significance of this Rumsfeld date that you keep referring to?
Donald Rumsfeld has been aware of the alien interviews at least since 1974. In the last days of the Nixon cabal, And even when he was out of government, he managed to keep
This took
his
such a
hand.
fucking turn.
But
I
it
can't
was
even.
not until the bogus telepath program was finally exposed within the secret black ops operation.
Remember when this was about?
True meaning of the
Oh, they're not going to show the alien again.
Was made clear to him, and since then, I think you will find he has lost all interest in the United States.
God!
One of those who are taken off.
Oh, I don't know if they're going to show some crazy shit here. Let's do that.
So what you're saying is the biblical end times are upon us? Is that what you're telling me?
It's rather childish to call them biblical, since the Bible itself is simply a smokescreen.
What is happening?
Come from the universe of science, not the universe of religion. Religion is a deliberate disinformation campaign.
What the fuck is happening? I'm seeing this. I don't know what this is.
Donald Rumsfeld is merely one of the last of the line of those who
No, what the fuck is happening? It's Illuminati shit, probably, I guess.
Information that should have been made public to the entire human race. And now that he understands exactly what it is these aliens have been trying to tell
Yeah, this is full on like QAnon
in
shit.
the rest of humanity. His sole concern is to be one of the few, one of the what he considers to be the elite, the elect specimens, if you will, the elect specimens who are taken off the earth before the final trumpet sounds.
Well, I have to tell you, this sounds an awful lot like Armageddon. I mean, 2012, the Mayan...
Was the... Oh! Yo, this went from fucking 10 to 100. Where are we going with the... There's like a minute left of this. Where are they going? They're literally hitting every beat. They're hitting every beat.
Calendar.
The Zolkeen calendar is another inaccurate representation of what we are talking about. The date 2012 is not accurate. The Mayans considered themselves to be far better mathematicians than they actually were. In point of fact, the date is very close, but not 2012. Not 2012. Not within my lifetime that's left of it. But certainly within yours. Let's just say that I wouldn't plan a 20th anniversary edition of this documentary.
So what? This came out 1998. So 20th anniversary would be, yo, we did it. We passed it. That would have been 2018. Oh shit. Yo, none of us are gonna die. That's pretty sick.
My head is a beehive.
You're not really...
What? Excuse me? What did you say? Did you say my head is a beehive?
Saying, well, I...
Après-moi le déluge. The déluge solaire.
Yo, you speak in French now. The déluge solaire. The déluge solaire.
I won't be here for it, but you, gentlemen, will. Was it Seneca? I think it was... No, it was Strato who said, "When I am gone, let earth and fire mix. It will..."
Did you say earth and fire?
Not to me.
Yo, what the fuck just happened? What the hell? That's wild. That's crazy. The vibes between the actual like documentary and then the thing at the end was like, I'm like speechless. I'm speechless. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that. Rusty Colby. I've never seen anything like that. Evan McLeod pulling up on the... Okay. Whoa. I'm looking for a good frame to... There we go. That was fucking wild. Jeez. This is like... It's like pro wrestling. There's an element of suspension of disbelief, but then the lines are blurred as to whether or not like this is considered by some people to be real. There's no way at the end of the end was like they overshot their bit. But like it could also be like serious. I like, especially the end, I did not expect it to go. I think the back scratcher kind of gives it away. The zoom into the back scratcher is like, that's probably not serious. My head is a beehive. Yeah, the last bit did seem like they were taking the piss a little bit. Yeah. If that's the case, then that's fucking hilarious. I love that. I love that I don't know if it's serious or not, because the 97 one is clearly like, it's clearly supposed to be kind of serious. But then the later stuff was like, I'm having a hard time buying like that they even were serious in filming that. There's no way. It went from I have this alien video footage to like conspiracy QAnon type shit. Like, if both the 97 one, if the 97 was done, the 97 one was done in earnest to like fool people, that's like, I love that. And then I guess like the special edition one was like to really just drive it home. That's fucking wild. That was a trip. I did not know that was at the end of that. That's wild. I seen them graze before. Rocket Video needs some extra cash. The DVD was not done by Rocket Video. Let me look up a few things here before we wrap up, because that, for some reason, that made me hungry. Well, I haven't had dinner. That's probably why. It's called Area 51. Alien interview. I want to watch more alien shit. I need to do that more often on the stream. 97. Is there like a trivia section? Probably not. No, sadly. Proof of aliens? Unrated. You can get that shit at Walmart. I kind of want to buy the DVD to see what like the menus are like and if they have like special features. I might do that. Oh, there's a wiki article on here. UFOlogy. The film has received little to no attention from the skeptical community. However, it did manage to gain some attention within more cranky circles. I'm gonna put on some music. The film got some marketing press by advertising itself on Coast to Coast AM. There's some wild shit on this wiki article. People are saying there's a debunking that they're saying that Victor was just the guy with the ponytail with his hair completely tied up. Which would track because they both had like similar beards. I remember I saw a few people mention that in the chat. The identity of Victor is something that has been put into question many times. Many suspect that Victor is either Robert Lazar or Robert Dean. People think it might be Lazar, as this all seems to be going off of and adding to the Lazar mythos trademark. In addition, some believers messed around with the voice of Victor and it sounds quite similar to Lazar's. I'm new to all this alien UFO shit, but there seems to already be like a mythos and like the usual suspects. People also speculate that Robert Dean is because people also speculate that it's Robert Dean because of the very similar tie and apparel that both Victor and Dean wear. Dean's affinity for perpetuating alien related hogwash, and oddly enough, Dean also predicted an end of the world around the same time that Victor said the world would end. Okay, maybe there's something there. Dean thought that the world would end in 2017. That's pretty much the same time that Victor mentioned. Whatever the case may be, one thing's for certain, Victor is completely full of it. This wiki article is incredibly biased. What is the... Believers point to the eyes of the alien moving as evidence against it being a puppet, which is something I actually pointed out when I was watching it. I did see like the eyebrows moved and I was like, oh, that's interesting. However, that could be easily explained. The lighting is terrible, which allows for one's brain to fill in the blanks when something's moving. This is incredibly... I want to dive deeper into... like... There seems to be like a list of usual suspects for alien and UFO type stuff. Robert Lazar seems to be a name that comes up a lot, along with Robert Dean. Or, what's his name? Dean guy. Robert Dean. Robert Dean and Lazar dude. I found a review of this on a random WordPress website, and the review is very short. The first half of the film is the narrator explaining what UFO enthusiasts believe happened over the years at Roswell, New Mexico. Apparently it's something about aliens or something. After that, we get to see the titular interview itself, where a man asks questions to a hand puppet with a flashlight for an arm and pretends to hear answers. Then we get a bunch of UFO guys reacting to the footage, which is just so awesome. I highly recommend this movie. It's a laugh riot. Laugh is spelled L-A-F-F. This is fucking great. That was a great flick. Great flick. Great film and a great flick. I enjoyed it. There's no way they weren't. There's no way, especially with that ending tacked on, there's no way that they were serious about this. That was enjoyable. That was enjoyable. I want to watch more alien shit for sure. That was sick. That was a good laugh. There were a lot of great moments there. Sucks that you cannot do that kind of Art Bell stuff at all anymore nowadays, because your audience will just inevitably be the worst kind of conspiracy theorists. Yeah, I don't know anything about. I don't know what Art Bell, who Art Bell is, and what Coast to Coast is or whatever. I knew nothing of what they were showing aside from the Heaven's Gate stuff. I'm really like not at all well versed in like alien shit. Art Bell's a deep dive. I'll have to go into that. That was great. I also liked that, like, the ending. I was like not sure where it was gonna go. And I was like, I feel like there's gonna be like a Joker moment. You want to hear another Joker, Murray? Murray. Yeah, I wanna do more of that. I need to find more alien stuff that like, I need to find more aliens. I'm sure there's no shortage of stuff out there, but it's hard to find like alien and UFO shit that's not full of like TOS stuff. Like this, the only thing that was TOS was they show the Heaven's Gate stuff, which I'm just like, you didn't even have to show that. That was not necessary. But also, I guess those images are so like, those images are so like, what's the word? They've been perpetuated so many times that at this point, like, it's people forget that those were people. So aside from that, this was like a pretty tame one. Like, it didn't go into anything too like fucked, so it was still a good watch. You own the Alien Autopsy VHS tape. We saw a couple of pictures from that, I think in the 2022 stream that we did about aliens. But that's the kind of thing where it's like, it's obviously, it's a fucking alien autopsy. It's not real. But I'm like, if for Twitch, if they see a frame of that, they're like, that's gore. It's the TOS stuff with Twitch is kind of fucked. So I'm always like having to like walk on eggshells around that kind of shit. But I'm gonna keep an eye out for more stuff like this. This was fantastic, and it was perfect length. If Video games are full of gore. Yeah, but I think it's the thing of like, if it looks real, that becomes a problem. And if it is real, it's definitely a problem, but obviously. But if it looks like stuff like even if it's fake surgery footage, stuff like that would be like, which is not very picky with whose wrists they slap. Yeah, this is the second Alien thing that we've watched. Both times have been amazing. I need to keep an eye out for more of this stuff. I want to do this another time. But that's the stream for tonight. I gotta go have dinner. But thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. We did not find out if they were real. We were told that this was real alien footage, and sadly it was not super convincing, but it was an enjoyable ride. And we'll keep searching for the truth. We'll keep searching for the truth no matter what. That is what we do. See? Look what I could do. Oh my god, Tom and Jerry. Look what I could do. It's crazy, right? This is the power of physio. I can do some crazy shit. Look at look at this. Whoa. That's pretty crazy. This one I can't. It's still not bad. Definitely improving. So, big move over here. I can't actually, this motion, that's like the hardest one. I can't do that. That's like one that I might not ever get back, is what they told me, but it's still early time, so we'll see. When am I ever gonna do that anyways? So I don't really care. But we're improving. We're improving. We're doing it. In fact, I have to eat and then rest up because I'm going back tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. I'll see y'all on the next stream. I think the next stream is a media share night, but we'll see. We'll have to see when that happens. I think it might be Saturday or Sunday. I'll see y'all then. Enjoy. And think about aliens, please, because they're out there. They're out there. They're out there.
we better get to class.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Wow. Mr.